Hey y'all! Today we are working on fire cider, and I'm going to get this ready and in my jar so that it can start fermenting, and then we'll have it. A lot of times you'll see people make their fire cider at the end of fall when they have the last peppers from their garden and onions, and then they're getting it ready so they have it through the winter to fight off colds and flus and those kinds of things. And that's great, but I did not make any in the fall. And so we're gonna make some now. Allergies are in full swing right now. There's pollen everywhere, congestion, still things that this fire cider is going to be wonderful for. And then it'll hold us all the way over into the fall and winter with this amount. So we're gonna go ahead and get ours going today. Fire cider is good any time of the year. Plus, we can use it as a marinade, we can use it as salad dressings, and it's packed full of really good nutrition. I'm gonna start chopping up some of my things. Fire cider, you're gonna see so many different recipes, and you can put just about whatever you want in here and cover it with good apple cider vinegar. This is an organic, raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar with the mother. But you want things that are spicy and full of fire. So onion, I'll tell you what I'm putting in mine. Onion, horseradish, ginger, turmeric, garlic, jalapeños, black pepper, and then I'm gonna put some cinnamon and some lemon juice. And as I start adding these things to my jar, I'll tell you some of the benefits of each. And whatever you specifically need or want as far as nutritional properties, you can add it to yours. These are just some of the more traditional things that you see in fire cider. Rosemary Gladstar was probably the first to make fire cider famous. Now, it's been around long before that, but I would say she made it famous. And people have taken and changed some things, added some things, changed some things up to meet their needs along the way. I've not made this in a couple of years, but I'm going to be happy to have it again. And home remedies is one of those things that I have gotten a good bit of questions about, as I've talked about things like purple dead nettle and goldenrod. People say, share more about these natural remedies, home remedies, things that you do. So here we are, fire cider. Fire cider is a wonderful immune system support, but it's also a great digestive aid, an anti-inflammatory, and it supports the body's natural detoxification process. The first thing I'm doing is cutting up one medium-sized onion and dropping that in my jar. This is a half-gallon size jar that I'm using today. You could cut this in half and put it in a quart jar if you wanted. An onion is a great antibacterial and antifungal. We use onion for a lot of things around our house. Ear infections or earaches are another thing that we use onion for. Next up, I'm cutting this horseradish root, and y'all, this sucker is tough to cut, but it's worth it. Horseradish is antibacterial and it's antifungal. It also really helps open your airways. Onion does the same thing, and it helps give you relief from congestion and sinus issues. Have you ever started cutting an onion and you notice your eyes watering and your nose watering? Horseradish does the same thing. You get you a good bite of horseradish and you just feel everything open up. So we're definitely putting horseradish and onion in our mixture. Now, horseradish was a little hard to source, but we did find it at, I believe it was a Sprouts. Justin found it for me. It was either Sprouts or Whole Foods. It can be a little hard to source. Azure Standard also has horseradish. Maybe we'll grow some. I know that if you grow it in the ground, it can take over, so you have to be careful with that. But I may try to grow some horseradish in a container so that we have it and it's not so hard to source. I don't know. We'll have to see. I love horseradish. Y'all, it's really good. I like the way it tastes. I like that you can feel it opening everything up. Next up is turmeric, and it's an antioxidant and an anti-inflammatory. There's several things that we're putting in here today that are going to be anti-inflammatory, and a lot of people don't even realize that they're dealing with inflammation. until it starts to go away and you see the difference. And you can either peel your roots like the horseradish, the turmeric, and the ginger, or you can just give them a really good scrub. I did go ahead and peel my turmeric, but I did not peel my horseradish and my ginger. I just gave it a good scrub. And the turmeric will stain things. My cutting board has a little bit of an orange tint. My fingers did. It eventually wears off. Washed my hands a couple times and it was gone, but just be aware of that. Now I'm putting ginger in, and ginger is really known to soothe the stomach to help with indigestion, but it also helps with blood circulation and cardiovascular health. It's antioxidant and has anti-inflammatory properties. Next up is garlic. Garlic is naturally antibacterial and antiviral, so some of the same things that we saw in the onion. Garlic is one of those natural antibiotics that people really think of. I told you I use the onion for a lot of things. I also use garlic for a lot of things. So I'm going to get that in my jar. And all the measurements for this half-gallon jar will be on the screen for you. I'm sure you've noticed that. If you're using bigger cloves of garlic, you might could do 5 or 6. Mine were smaller, so I did closer to 10. We grow our own garlic, but we were out of it. We have some more planted. So that was store-bought garlic, and the cloves were a little bit smaller. Now I'm putting in jalapenos. You could use any kind of hot pepper. Cayenne is another one that's really, really wonderful, and we're growing some cayenne this year that we can use in fire cider. But I had jalapenos, so that's what I'm using. And whatever hot pepper you use, hot peppers are known to increase circulation, boost metabolism, and help with immune support. So I'm getting my peppers sliced up and dropped in. I'm just layering everything in my jar. And that's going to be the last of the things that I'm slicing to put in my jars. Now we're going to add some spices. I have cinnamon chips here. I've been loving using these in so many different things. I got them from Azure. If you had cinnamon sticks, you could put 2 to 3 sticks, but I'm putting in some of these cinnamon chips. And cinnamon is good as an antioxidant, anti-inflammatory. I told you there were several anti-inflammatory things. Helps fight off bacteria, can help regulate blood sugar. Next up is black pepper, and it's really good to use black pepper along with turmeric because there's a compound in black pepper. I'll pop it up on the screen, and that compound activates the compound in turmeric. I'll pop that one up on the screen that gives turmeric all its health benefits. So adding the black pepper with the turmeric kind of helps activate it. Then I'm adding my lemon juice. You could also slice up a lemon and add it in if you wanted. Citrus is high in vitamin C, helps reduce inflammation and aids in digestion. And then we're going to cover the whole thing with good raw apple cider vinegar, which in itself helps fight infection. It's a good probiotic and really good for your gut health. And there are other things that you could add to this, like cranberries, or maybe there's some spices that you would like to reap the benefits of that you could add in. You can get a little creative. This is just how I do mine. And that's how we get the fire cider started. I'm going to leave this sitting on my counter for 4 to 6 weeks, and once a day or so, I'll give it a little shake. At the end of that 4 to 6 weeks, we'll strain this off, and then you can leave it like that, or you can mix some honey in. It would just be to taste. I'll probably put a half a cup or so of honey in it, and then you can really store it on your counter. I may put it in the fridge just so it lasts even longer, but y'all, even like in your pantry, this is gonna last a long time. It's vinegar. When this is ready, I'll update you in a video and show you what it's like when we strain it off. I need to get supper started. I got kiddos that are getting hungry. Justin will be home soon. I'm gonna set this over here on the counter. I'm sure you'll see it in videos. Like I said, once a day or so, I'll give it a little shake and let it sit there for 4 to 6 weeks and go from there. That's going to be all for this one. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, y'all.